Anybody who's dancing with a knife in a thong with their wild eyes and their bad extensions probably does have a teacup poodle pooping in the corner. Britney Spears is in the news again. And not because of her weird dancing videos. Every week it's a new video of Britney dancing. They need to just cut it already. We know she dances weird by herself and stares into the camera with her drug-fueled gazes and her smudgy makeup and her strange extensions. Like, it's not a story anymore. But the story this week was that Britney Spears is living in a literal poop mansion. It is pretty gross. There were pictures. I don't know if this is just because she's always got that camera going and so somebody snapped a couple of screenshots, but there's pictures going around of her with all her little dogs, and the dogs just poop freely around the house. Now, you guys, what is the deal with the little dogs? Are those little dogs not able to be house trained? I feel like everybody who I've ever known who had a little dog, there was always like a poop in the house type of situation going on. And like those little pee poop pads, people with little dogs have those. I feel like I see that a lot. Now, I haven't been in everybody's house, so if your dog is effectively house trained, well done you. But I just feel like it's like a frequent issue. They're always up in the house doing their business. Like cats, except they don't even have a box to do it in. So her and her little dogs, she hasn't even, I guess, provided them a pee poop pad for them to use as their designated area. It's just feces galore. But are we surprised that the dogs are pooping on the floor? Like, this is a person who spends most of her time on Instagram and online dancing and twirling with literal knives, with hardly any clothes on. If a dog's taking a dump in the background, I mean, that's just the vibe. If I don't need to have pictures of her dogs defecating all over the floors to know that's her reality. I already thought that it probably was. Now this is evidence of it, but anybody who's dancing with a knife in a thong with their wild eyes and their bad extensions probably does have a teacup poodle pooping in the corner. She needs help. She needs some real help, and I feel bad for her. I mean, I legitimately do. I don't know what she went through. We read her book. It wasn't illuminating. So I don't know what literally happened to her. But something did, because just because you were famous at a young age, that doesn't mean this happens. And that's the same thing for a lot of celebrities. The wildness and the mental degradation that happens is not because you got too much attention when you were little. It doesn't mean you turn into somebody who cannot function when you're older. And enough of this already. You know, we have Jessica Simpson, who has also had some modicum of fame when she was younger. Obviously not the Britney Spears level, but she was running that circle for a short amount of time. And she's not a complete insane person. She has some problems, but problems that I feel like are proportional to being famous and wealthy at a young age. You know, she drank too much and stuff like that, and she's a little crazy, but she's not out of control, like she cannot function. Speaking of Jessica Simpson, she's really trying to make that career work, you guys. She's really trying to make it happen. And I think what is surprising to me is, what makes her think that she can come back now and make it happen? Somewhere along the lines, someone told you that she was a powerhouse singer at some point. Let's review the tape. She wasn't. So why now is she coming back expecting that she's going to pick up where she left off? She didn't leave us in a good place last time. So it isn't like we're just hankering to hear the voice of Whitney Houston again. You know? This is a person who could act like she was belting it out, but she was croaking like a frog. It's amazing to me they keep trotting her out.